have dizziness from your neck. Cervicogenic dizziness, meaning of the neck, can absolutely happen. It is a very common condition that can happen independently or with another condition. It can happen at any age, but changes in our posture and spine can lead us to having cervicogenic dizziness. In today's video, we are going to talk about how to solve that problem and if you may be a good fit for these exercises. Cervicogenic dizziness can happen with postural changes, history of trauma, whiplash, concussion, or some kind of fall or incident to the neck. You do not have to have neck pain with cervicogenic dizziness. You could just have stiffness or tightness. Most people describe it as a sensation of being spacey, off, or even like your head does not feel like it's attached to the body. You can also have unsteadiness, sometimes ringing in the ears or even jaw pain, and just a general sense of being cloudy-headed. If it's present for hours long or most of your day, and that's your symptom, you may have cervicogenic dizziness. Now, the theory of why this happens is multifactorial. So with arthritic changes, you can have a compression of the spine. So if I'm sitting and my posture is more like this, you see all of this area kind of getting compressed. Now, if I have an elongated spine, you can see how that elongates, and it's going to take pressure off of those nerves that kind of run into my arms and hands. But if I'm sitting like this, or my posture has changed over time, all those facets, those building blocks of vertebrae that sit on top of one another, there's little holes called foramen that the nerves exit and run through to give us sensation of our hands. Those can be compressed. Up at the top level of the cervical spine, those nerves can also be compressed. And the theory is that those nerves get irritated, can travel up to the back of your head and give you referred pain. They can give you tightness in the suboccipital muscles, leading to symptoms like pressure behind the eyes and the forehead. The nerves that run through the suboccipital muscles can be impinged, and the theory is that the neck is giving improper proprioception or spatial awareness to the inner ear, and it's mismatched, leading to a disorientation. So if the neck says, I'm 5 degrees to the left, but the inner ear says, no, I'm not, that leaves us with a wonky feeling. So our treatment plan for cervicogenic dizziness is going to include getting back proper range of motion, coordinated range of motion, and lastly, elongating those muscles in the neck. So for range of motion, we're going to use a technique called muscle energy technique. So what you're going to do is in each plane of motion, you're going to check rotation, side bend, flexion, and extension. Disclaimer, if anything causes tingling into your arms or worsening dizziness, you're going to stop because your symptoms may actually be related to more of a disc herniation versus arthritis. If anything makes you worse, you stop. These should only make you better. I'm going to start with opening up our range of motion first. So I want you to look over your right shoulder. If you feel stuck in any of these motions, this is the technique you're going to do. I'm going to go to the right. If I'm stuck here, I put my left hand up. This is going to act like a wall where it won't move. I push into my left hand for 5 seconds. You'll see a contraction here. After 5 seconds, I relax completely. I turn more. That is my new range of motion. And I'm going to repeat that forceful contraction 3 to 5 times and then move to a different range of motion. This is what it'll look like. Find my end range, push into my hand for 5, relax and turn. New end range, I push into my hand for 5, relax and turn. So that opens up any particular motion. You're gonna repeat that for left rotation, side bend, flexion, extension. This is what it looks like in side bend. Tip, I feel a pull, I'm kind of stuck here, so I'm gonna take my hand, push up and to the right into my hand. I relax after 5, and then I can pull more. That is my new end range. So now I push into my hand for 5, relax, and this is my new end range. And I repeat that 3 to 5 times in every plane of motion until I feel loose and restricted. The second portion, now that you're all freed up, is to coordinate your motion. So now I want you to do 5 to 10 reps of every plane of motion. We'll start with rotation first. Just nice and slow. Look over your right shoulder 5 to 10 times in a nice coordinated fashion. After that, we're going to move to the left. And you'll repeat that for side bend, flexion, and extension. If anything causes dizziness, you don't move past that. The last thing we're going to do is stretch all of our muscles. The first exercise I like is going to be for the upper trap. So if you feel tightness on the side of the neck or stiffness when you try to side bend your neck, this stretch is great for you. So you're going to take one hand, place it behind your back or sit on your hand. With the other hand, you're going to pull over until you feel that stretch on the side of your neck. And I want you to breathe in and breathe out. And on the exhale, you are going to try to relax into that stretch a little bit more. Second stretch that I like is going to be the levator, where you look at your armpit, take your hand, and pull down towards your armpit. When you can't go any further, you breathe in, you breathe out. Now you can use the muscle energy technique here as well. So you would push that nose down, find your end range, and then try to lift your head up into the hand that's on top of your head for 5 seconds, and then relax it completely, and your head will go down further. Now that levator muscle actually goes from the shoulder blade right up to the base of the skull. So if you have any tightness or headaches that seem to radiate from the shoulder blade up, or if you kind of hold your tension in your shoulders, that stretch is going to be perfect for you. The last stretch that I see that's often needed is the SCM stretch. So again, sit on your hand, pull over, and once you're at max flexibility, you're going to look up towards the ceiling. Now that little look up changes the orientation, and you'll feel that muscle actually pull as opposed to the side of the neck. So pull all the way over and then look up. And again, you're going to do your breathe in and breathe out. 5 times you'll do the inhale and exhale for each position. Now the last exercise that I want you to do on a daily routine is to fix that forward posture that we have from looking at our phones or kind of sitting relaxed that you might see here. So we're going to do a chin tuck. So instead of having the chin forward, you're going to pretend your chin's on a shelf and slide it straight back on that shelf. So it's not back, it's not down, it's straight back on that shelf. And it kind of gives you like a double chin a little bit, but make sure you slide back and relax just a little. I don't want you to forward protrude after relaxing from that stretch. So slide back, relax a little, slide back, relax a little. You're going to do 10 chin tucks throughout the day as you need. Now, disclaimer, if you get any tingling, worsening headaches, or dizziness with any of these stretches, I recommend that you don't pull so hard, you reduce your time, or stop all completely. However, these exercises should be giving you relief from your headaches, increased neck range of motion, and decreased dizziness if you do need them. So let me know how it goes in the comments below. Hopefully you found this valuable. Please feel free to subscribe, like, and share so I know that you want me to make more content like this. Until I see you next week, stay healthy, stay strong, and stay steady.